Welcome back everyone, this is MandoAllDay, back with another video, and in this video I'll be doing an overview of Strange Adventures hardcover by Tom King. I'll be talking about a little bit of the story, the art, and of course if it's worth your purchase or not. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So let's take a look at the front of the dust jacket, the spine, the back. Now let's take a look at what's underneath the dust jacket. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to show you the full spread image. It looks pretty cool. And something that I noticed too with this dust jacket, it does have a kind of a textured feel to it, almost like it's an old used up book, but it's not. But it has that feel to it. Front of the book, the spine, the back, and I'll do a full spread image. And also too, the book has a kind of a texture look to it, or feel to it, I should say. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but there you go. So what is this book about? So the book starts off with Adam Strange. And Adam Strange is actually at an autograph signing. And essentially what it is, he's signing the books that he wrote, the book that he wrote called Strange Adventures. And people are praising him, talking about he's a hero. He's going to different TV shows. And again, just praising this guy, telling him he's amazing and for what he did. And he saved all these people. Again, they're just praising him. So what happened was that Adam Strange was able to protect and save his adopted homeworld called Rann. I believe it's pronounced Rann. It's spelled R-A-N-N. Might be incorrectly pronouncing it. But anyways, he was able to protect and defend his homeworld called Rann by an alien invasion. And this alien invasion was by the people called, again, I might be pronouncing it incorrectly, called Pykt. P-Y-K-K-T. But anyways, Adam Strange was able to protect this homeworld called Rann and save all the people. And so people are praising him, as I mentioned. They're telling him he's a hero and thanking him for what he did and everything and so forth. So one day at a signing, this random person just comes up to him and starts yelling at him, starts accusing him of all these things, how he is responsible for the millions of deaths. He's actually the one who essentially created genocide in his homeworld and this and that. And so, as the story progresses, finding out that this random person that accused him of these war crimes and heinous things ends up being killed. And so now people are now questioning him, like, is Adam Strange really the hero? Is he not? Did he really do, heinous things when he was at war with the Pykts at Rann, the homeland? What's going on? So, what he does is, Adam Strange decides to redeem himself by going to the Justice League asking for help, and basically goes out there and meets up with, as you can see here, Batman. So essentially Adam Strange tells Batman, hey, I want you to investigate me, I want you to go full force, I want you to do your detectives, I want to prove my innocence. And Batman says no. But what Batman does is he does recruit someone else to do his job, which is going to be Mr. Terrific, which I'll talk about in a bit. So Mr. Terrific decides to start investigating, start figuring out what's really going on, who killed this guy, but more importantly though, is it true what this guy said about Adam Strange being the one who committed all these crimes, made all these people killed, and so forth. And that is the gist of the story, where it's mainly Mr. Terrific investigating into Adam Strange, but also preparing for a war, because the reason why Adam Strange really wants the help from Batman and obviously Mr. Terrific is because he wants people to trust him, because he is fully aware that the same people who attack Rann, who Adam Strange defended from, which is the Pykts, they're also going to go to Earth and also create a war. So Adam Strange wants to get their trust in him so he can actually take action and prepare for this war that's coming. And so that's what Mr. Terrific does. He's investigating. He's essentially questioning Strange, his wife, the Justice League members who knows Adam Strange, who's ever dealt with them, and all this stuff. While Mr. Terrific is investigating, he ends up getting more information of what's really going on, but more importantly, what really happened, because there's a lot of inconsistency with what Adam Strange is saying and history. And again, that's what the main book is about. And I gotta say, I like the story. Is it a 10 out of 10? Because I see some people really praise this book. In my honest opinion, no. I like the story, don't get me wrong. There are some times it just spins its wheels where, like, I personally feel this could have been like a 10-issue story, but they kind of dragged it out a little bit. But overall, though, I enjoyed it for what it is, man. Mr. Terrific does shine on here, and I'm glad they actually use him, because when you think of the Justice League, or DC characters, you always think of the usual: Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, etc., etc. When you think of detectives, of course, you think of Batman, Question, or Detective Chimp. But never many people think about Mr. Terrific. And this book really does shine, makes Mr. Terrific really shine. He comes off intelligent, but more importantly, he comes off like a badass. Because at one point of the story, I won't say too much, but there is this really important leader who basically challenges Mr. Terrific, questions him, accuses him, and ends up slapping him. And Mr. Terrific does the one thing: slaps him back. And people are like, "What the heck? Why would you do that?" And all thing he says is fair play. I thought that was a really cool badass sign. I mean, badass moment. But anyways, and again, like I said, Mr. Terrific shines really well. He really comes off strong, and I like that because it gives a limelight to someone else. And then also too, the way this book is set up is, it also does a lot of flashbacks to what really happened in this war, leading up to the war. How Adam Strange met up with his wife and the people in this particular home planet, and also prepared for the war and what exactly happened. So there's kind of a lot of flashbacks going on. So as you can see right here, this is Mr. Terrific in current times, and this is Adam Strange kind of like in the past. So there's a lot of flashbacks on here. But overall though, I gotta say, I really enjoyed the book. It's a good story, but don't go into it thinking it's going to be like a 10 out of 10, because it's not, in my honest opinion. Because like I said, I've seen some people praise this book. I've seen people say this is like a 10 out of 10. This is like an epic story. My honest opinion, I don't see that. Is it enjoyable? Absolutely. Did I have a good time? Absolutely. But is it like that 10 out of 10? I don't think so. I mean, I like the book, like I said, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's that good of a book or story in my honest opinion. And as I mentioned, there are some moments where you can feel like they're really trying to drag it out to 12 issues, and it just feel like, just keep it short, you know? Keep it short and simple, and it's going to be perfect. It does have that glossy paper, which I like. And I don't get how DC does their paper quality or paper quality, because this is a regular hardcover. But yeah, there's some deluxe hardcovers that have maps, which is kind of confusing, but it is what it is. So in terms of the art, I dig the art. The art looks good. It looks clean. It reminds me a lot of Hard Target. I made an overview of it, of the hardcover Hard Target, where the kind of style of art. So it's good. It's clean art. There's not really any moment on here that like, oh my god, this is crazy or anything like that. But the art's good. The pacing of it is between average to above average. There are some very few moments where there's a lot of dialogue and the pacing does slow down. But for the most part, though, I would say between average to above average. And like I said, I really enjoy this book. And I think this is a good, fun little read. Don't go into it, like I said, with high expectations. If you have moderate expectations, you're going to have a good time. And I personally would recommend it. This is a good story. And it makes Mrs. Terrific really do shine. There is a lot of interaction with Adam Strange and his wife and kind of what's going on. I don't want to say too much because I'll spoil it, what I'm referring to. But the dialogue between them two is really good. It's cute, but also towards the end, it really goes off the rails in a good way, though. In a good way. But overall, though, would I recommend it? Yeah, man, this is an easily thumbs up for me. I had a good time. Set your expectations right, and I think you're going to have a good time as well, too. So, like I said, thumbs up for me. Let me know what you guys think. Have you read this book? Do you plan on reading this book? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on the support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. This includes an overview of Strange Adventures hardcover by Tom King, and on to the next one.